In this video, I'm gonna go buy this $9 video capture card and see what I get in the mail. I'm very, very interested in a couple facts. Well, first off, when you look at this, this is supposed to connect. I have some serious problems with this. So usually, if you have a capture card, you have your capture card, it takes input and has an output, and then you have a USB wire that goes to your computer, and that's what you get your information off of. But it looks like here you just kind of like plug in the capture card and you record the footage. You've got reviews, which, do we have any bad reviews? No, we don't have any bad reviews. Works with OBS. Okay, I might be wrong here. I'd be interested to see if we actually can get the first good thing. This feature can capture both HDMI video and HDMI audio, sending audio and video signals, computer, smartphones, and storage suitable for high definition. It's got the max input resolution and max output resolution, so it looks like it's only doing 1080p, 30 FPS. So it supports most software, so it supports OBS. Wow. It supports for Windows, for Android, and for Mac OS. I didn't know Android had, there might be adapters. Okay, we got a video output format. Why the heck is a JPEG an output format for video? You've got another wonderful goodies here. Oh, you got requirements. You've got a CPU. You need an i5 or an i7. They have a user manual and they have a video capture. Okay, so it looks like we've got a $9 capture card. I mean, it doesn't have a throughput, but I mean, yeah, it looks like it's just an adapter. It takes the, I mean, that's kind of cool, but I don't know if it's going to work. Okay, let's buy it. Well, it has arrived in the mail, as well as my beard disappearing. If you haven't watched that video in which I shave it off, then that's probably something you should do so you kind of understand the context we're talking about here. Not really, but that's where the beard went. Let's unbox this. So I've got a couple other capture cards here today just to compare to. Because when you're talking about a $7 capture card versus a $200, I think it was like $300 capture card, you're going to, of course, need something to compare to give an accurate review. So a little bit of background about each of these. This is an Elgato HD60. This is what I bought back when I was streaming Xbox One as the top Xbox One Minecraft streamer. Those were dark ages, but then again, I was in middle school, so what could I say? Moving on. We have the Clone Alliance UHD Pro, which is a 4K recorder. This one I think does 1080p 60, and this does 4K 30. I was working on this video, and they contacted me, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you want to take a look at this too?" And I was like, "Okay, sure. I'll put it in the video. We'll compare it." I mean, I was just gonna hold up against the $7 capture card. So let's crack it open and see what we actually have here. Oh, don't think I was supposed to do that. Okay. HDMI video capture. So, a capture card that supposedly takes the input and converts it to USB, which I guess that's pretty much what this does as well. Supposedly, though, this is like input. It takes it directly from the HDMI input and straight into USB. Now, this would actually be a rather cool adapter for $7. I'd be interested to see how well this actually works. Out of everything I bought on Wish, if that's a word, it's actually metal. So, surprisingly decent there. Let's go see if we can pull out a laptop and see what we can get for input. So, I'm lucky enough that this laptop has a HDMI port on the back. So that means that I can just plug it directly into the back because I'm lazy. And then plug it directly into the USB stick here. And then plug it directly into the computer, which is always a great idea. And then see what shows up actually on OBS. Okay, so let's see if we can get a camera source. So just add a camera, right? So supposedly this works fine in OBS. Oh, we're frozen. So we're at the integrated camera now. USB video. Let's see, what does USB video tell us? Oh boy, it's laggy. Wow. So USB video, let's see, what is this input at? What is the device resolution? Okay, let's see what we can get out of it, shall we? I think we should try for 1080p. 1920 by 1080p. Hold up. Okay, so we got 1080. That's the output FPS. Hold up. There's no way this is 1920 by 1080 at 60 FPS. Wow. So, my comments are actually kind of interesting for this one. This is an adapter that takes your, I guess, HDMI input and turns it into like a regular webcam. Well, a couple things I just want to say right away is I am pleasantly surprised by how well this actually works. If I've had to give anything on Wish a 5-star rating, I know this is getting into scandalous territory here, but surprisingly, this is for $7 a really good adapter. Because while you may be going, oh, well, that's crazy, you wouldn't want to, you're still going to need a laptop that can record at that rate and stuff. Interesting. Now, I'm curious about like the color quality and stuff, because it's definitely got some problems with the color. As you see, it kind of fades as it goes up, turns more and more green, of course, and the color is going to be off. I'm not going to argue. It's definitely somewhat off. But if you were trying to start off a career in streaming or something, and you were just going to go through and, well, try to just capture something off your monitor or capture something off like an Xbox or something, and all you had was a laptop, this would be really, really good. Now, would I recommend you buy it off of Wish and support their practices of practically giving scammers free money? Heck to the no. I'm trying to look at like I don't know why my CPU is at 100. I think it's using a lot of compute power though. So I will say though that it is likely. Now I am going to be interested to see what happens when we crack this open. So I forgot to record the part in which we open this up because I still want to know what's inside of it. So we're going to open it up after I edited almost the entirety of the video. Usually you don't get to see or edit or make contributions to the video after you're done editing it. So what are my contributions after I've finished editing it? Oh yeah, well, first off, this is not $7, this is $9. It's an extra $2. Yeah, I remember when a pack of baseball cards were like $1. You get like your Tooth Fairy money or something, and you go get a pack of baseball cards, Pokemon cards, if you're into that stuff. But, $2 doesn't seem like much, but not as much as it did back then. Okay, what do we got? So, open this up real quick. Come on. So, we take this out. Yeah, so let's see. We've got some. Does this actually have a fuse on this? I know that's not something you usually see every day, but like it's got foam on the back for like padding. Make sure it's not actually gonna get damaged if it gets dropped. I mean, it's a pretty thick PCB. It's pretty solid. I mean, out of everything that you've seen on Wish, for being $7, I give this one the highest quality. Because while it may not be super expensive, the quality remains consistent throughout the entire thing. The experience was plug and play. The PCB is pretty sturdy. The whole design is pretty sturdy. Pleasantly surprised that this out of everything that we purchased is decent on Wish. Quick reminder though, I do not recommend. Let me be clear. Do not recommend that you actually buy this on Wish. Because, well, quite simply, I wouldn't. Don't support them with your money. Find this on Amazon. I'm sure there are adapters that do a wonderful job. For $7, I would buy this on Amazon. I actually would recommend to buy this. For $7, it's actually relatively high quality. So for $7, I would consider it. Now, keep in mind though, you are missing out on a couple things. First off, you're not getting video pass-through, and there is a pretty substantial delay. That means that when you are playing your games, you only have an input from the HDMI, and usually you're setting this as your main monitor. But for at least my use, this is actually a pretty solid deal. Might be the only thing I don't actually return. Whereas the capture cards that do pass through are going to be more important for when you're streaming. So surprisingly, yes, this does not have pass through. You are not going to be able to take your HDMI signal and get something out of here that is playable. You're not going to be playing first-person shooters with this. But for example, if I were to do a YouTube video now and we were just trying to get input off of a, I don't know, say who knows, like a computer that we're plugging things into the wrong way. This is great. But then again, my use case is rather rare because I don't particularly care about the delay. Whereas capture cards like such, and I guess such, are going to, of course, have a rather low delay and they're pass through. So that means that you can record stuff without having to not have another monitor like such. For $7 though, I don't know if they have HDMI splitters, but you could easily set up an HDMI splitter and just have the signal. I don't know. Let's do some research. How much would that cost? Yeah, so it looks like between this all, you could probably get like a decent HDMI splitter with this for $20. Now, I am sure that there is a long list of things that you could talk about. For example, this one is fully independent, which means you just plug in the storage device, you click record, and you don't have to have a computer, which don't get me started on the pros of that. Also, a quick reminder, some things coming up on the channel. I've got boiling CPUs. We're going to be boiling some CPUs recently coming up. So if you want to watch me boil CPUs and see what happens, that will be, I think, this Saturday or Sunday. And then after that, we've got a phone from Wish. I got like a Samsung Galaxy, which is, at least at the surface, looks kind of decent. It looks like it's a better quality scam than the iPhone was, because the iPhone was just a flat-out joke. And then after that, we've got some other good ones you should subscribe for. So if you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so. And yeah, see you guys around in the next installment of I Buy Stupid Things and Waste My Money for views. Have a wonderful day.